Guns, swords, and an assortment of explosives are the bread and butter of any good action game. After all, this is an industry dominated predominantly by shooters, whether they're tongue-in-cheek ones about squid kids firing paint at each other, or gritty modern military blockbusters, and they're all only as good as the weapons players are allowed to wield. The most memorable games then offer something illustrious players haven't seen before. They throw out the dusty old assault rifles and pack up the pistols, instead letting their imagination go wild with crazy contraptions that make defeating enemies a total dream. Some take this idea of total anarchy to the next level though, including today's list sponsor and inspiration for this article, Destroy All Humans. Destroy All Humans is a series that prides itself on the weird and wonderful creations you get to terrorize the whole of humanity with, and it's back for another installment in the form of a highly anticipated remake of the PS2 smash hit. The game has been completely rebuilt from the ground up with snazzy new graphics, but it retains all the zaniness that made it such brilliant fun and a proper cult classic to begin with. Players will be able to wreak havoc across the earth once again on Xbox One, PS4 and PC with the game out now. Speaking of which, I'm Josh from WhatCulture.com and these are 10 unique weapons that only exist in one game. First up though, an honourable mention, the anal probe gun, Destroy All Humans. Alright, so this one is actually a staple of the Destroy All Humans series, but it shows up in most of the games for a reason. It's iconic. You simply cannot have a game where you terrorize humanity as an old-school alien without also being able to live up to your wildest extraterrestrial dreams. Hey, there's no judging here, of anal probing every single unsuspecting person you see. Is it a bit juvenile? Yeah, of course it is, but is it immensely fun? You're goddamn right it is. Number 10, the Foam Finger Hand Cannon, Dead Space 2. Alongside the Lancer, Dead Space's Plasma Cutter is one of those perfect video game weapons. Playing as Isaac Clarke, tearing off the limbs of necromorphs with a makeshift Deathbringer, Dead Space's brand of survival horror provided new twists on the familiar. In order to keep the scares coming though, it treated its subject matter as serious as can be, and that included the mostly grounded arsenal of weapons. Well, with the exception of the hand cannon. This is a secret weapon only unlocked after beating Dead Space 2 on hardcore mode, and it comes in the form of a big red foam finger Isaac can slot onto his hand. Don't let the appearance fool you though, it might look harmless, but this thing can tear every limb off an alien monster with a single shot. There's no ammo limitations and you can shoot as fast as your trigger finger can move, turning every enemy around you into a fine paste. So yeah, go team. Number 9, the MAGNOPULSER, Far Cry 5. Though Far Cry 5 plays it much more serious than its weirdest spin-off cousins, it still includes a couple of surprises in its arsenal, the main one being the MAGNOPULSER. You know this thing is going to be unlike your average SMG or handgun because it comes in the oddest quest in the whole game. In Out of This World, you have to help a man named Larry build a teleporter to send him, well, out of this world, and while it doesn't quite go to plan, you do get this nifty gun as a reward. Essentially, this acts as something of a force push device, with every press of the trigger sending out a wave that results in enemies, or animals, going flying in response. You can get creative with this as well, depending on the angle you shoot, or you can just fire it point blank and vaporize anyone in front of you. Both options are as fun as each other, so honestly, just go nuts. Number 8, the Hairspray Bomb, Sunset Overdrive. Alright, so this one is mainly included here because it's entirely on brand, but the Hairspray Bomb in Sunset Overdrive has so much more personality compared to your average video game explosives. I mean, Sunset Overdrive in general spruces up pretty much every basic weapon, from turning TNT into TN Teddies, explosive teddy bears, to giving you the Dirty Harry hand cannon, but the Hairspray Bomb is still pretty genius. Essentially, it's a no-thrills DIY effort, a mechanism that lets loose a bunch of different hairspray canisters upon impact that then fly out to nearby enemies and then explode scatter bomb style. There's even a little anarchy in the UK look to the launch that fires it, and it is simple, but man is it damn effective. Number 7, the SCARAB gun, Halo 2. The most powerful weapon Halo has ever seen, the SCARAB gun was a welcome Easter egg in the second game and its subsequent remaster. Essentially, this was a plasma rifle that you could dual wield, but one which fired the same rounds used by the hulking SCARAB fortresses. It's not easy to find, but once you do have this equipped, you will become unstoppable. There's no danger of it overheating, and the damage this thing puts out is unparalleled, even compared to the other super weapons in the series. The only thing you have to worry about, other than not getting stuck in the impossible location it's hiding, is hurting yourself with the splash damage. Get too reckless and you'll no doubt take yourself down with everyone else around you. This is a weapon simply not meant for Spartan hands. Number 6, the Magic Wand Dead Rising 4. The Dead Rising series has been no stranger to wacky weapons. Right from the original game, Capcom was giving players shower heads, water guns, and lawnmowers to take out the hordes of the undead with, and the items have only grown more comical and more devastating ever since. It took until Dead Rising 4 before our prayers for more Christmas-themed ways to destroy zombies were answered though, coming in the form of the Magic Wand, one of the many combo weapons found in the sequel. This isn't just your regular spellcaster though. No, a regular old Magic Wand would be far too boring for a series like this. Instead, the magic you fire actually turns enemies into various Christmas-themed objects. From candy canes to boxes of presents to giant gingerbread men who are, by the way, somehow more scarier than the actual zombies, you can just go nuts. Number 5. The CLUCKSHOT, Gears of War 3. Gears of War is a pretty serious series. Yeah, it's about humanity being conquered by an alien-like species, but it's not giving you an anal probe gun to solve the problem. At best, the most inventive thing you'll be given is a mortar or a machine that fires torpedoes. I mean, it's a great arsenal, don't get me wrong, and the Lancer is one of gaming's most iconic weapons, but there's nothing in there that's silly, really, with the exception of the CLUCKSHOT. This joke weapon is found in Gears of War 3 as an Easter egg, and it actually requires you to jump through a few hoops to get your hands on it. You need to find a chicken with a pirate hat, press X 3 times on 3 different ammo boxes, and spin in a circle for 60 seconds. Only one of those is a lie, by the way, and then you'll be gifted with a version of the regular boom shot that fires exploding chickens. They're pretty quick to explode, but you know they are chickens because of the feathery trail they leave behind after being fired. Number 4. Mr. TOOTS Red Faction Armageddon. For a long time, I was actually going to include Red Faction Guerrilla's Sledgehammer on this list, because while yeah, plenty of releases have featured sledgehammers, none have been quite as impressive or unique as the one in that game, primarily because it's used to turn any building you can see into mush. In the end, it only gets an honourable mention here though, because I can't bring up Red Faction without talking about Mr. TOOTS. For the uninitiated, this is a weapon you can find in Red Faction Armageddon, and essentially, it's a little unicorn-like animal that you carry around on your shoulder and use the rainbows it fires out of its arse to kill enemies with. According to my research, this is actually a reference to a, let me check my notes, Nancat meme? But that doesn't clear up much about what the hell is going on here. Just a screaming animal shooting lasers from its butthole. Number 3. Glue Cannon Prey. Prey's glue cannon is a revelation. Unlike most of the other entries on this list, its primary function isn't to destroy or to obliterate. In fact, it's more of an essential engineering tool than it is a conventional weapon, and it's all the better for it. The designers of Prey had one clear goal in mind for their players, that being experimentation. Dropping you into a space station and letting you figure out the best way to get from A to B, the glue cannon is a major asset. Need to get over a destroyed walkway? No problem, just line up a bunch of glue shots and make your own bridge. Need to put out a fire? Glue that baby up. Of course you can use it as a regular weapon as well, and freezing enemies in place before delivering a killer blow is always immensely satisfying, but it's unique because it can become whatever the hell the player wants it to be. You're limited only by ammunition and your own imagination, so experiment away. Number 2. The Black Hole Gun. Destroy all humans, Path of the Furon. Black holes are both majestic and terrifying phenomenons. They're almost incomprehensible, so destructive yet alluring, the kind of cosmic terror that would make even a H.P. Lovecraft blush. So, what could be cooler than a black hole? Well, a black hole gun. Destroy all humans in its never-ending pursuit to give players access to some of the most destructive forces in our universe gave us this epic contraption in Path of the Furon, and it did not disappoint. Fire it anywhere in a level and you can summon a mini black hole out of time and space that absorbs anything in the immediate area. Watching as cars, debris, and of course humans get sucked into the nothingness of the pitch black void is so catastrophic that you might even wonder if you've gone too far. That reflection will only last for about half a second though, and then you'll no doubt fire another one and get back to business. Number 1. The SHARK-O-MATIC Saints Row III. What's even better than a gun that fires black holes, I hear you all asking? Well, a gun that fires sharks, of course, and Saints Row III has a gun that fires sharks. Alright, so the Saints Row franchise is no stranger to indulging players with a bevy of strange items and power-ups. Its arsenal, ranging from rocket launchers to big purple dildos, is not one you find in your average shooter, but even then the SHARK-O-MATIC is out there even for this series. In fact, it was saved for a Shark-Attack DLC expansion, but its inclusion was worth the price of admission alone. Just line up your shot, pull the trigger, and then watch as a giant shark springs out of the concrete to eat up any poor soul in its way. And that's our list. Destroy All Humans is out now on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, so head over to the official website for more information. But before you go there, could you give us a like, share, subscribe, and head over to WhatCulture.com as well for more lists and news like this every single day. Even if you don't know, I've been Josh, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.